What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Matt Give the Hands, back to you with another banger. And yes, you have seen my boy Jay on my channel at least 5 times. And needless to say, it never gets easier. I always have to book my dog at least an hour and a half to 2 hour slot. Now, if I'm creating a video, we're gonna have to just go ahead and book an after hour slot because I need the time to give him a nice haircut. You can see on his edges how light they are, the top of his head how light they are, like the corners. Like, you really have to finesse this haircut. Right here, this is a number 5 against the grain. The reason why I always go against the grain on his hair is because I feel like with his hair texture and pattern, going with the grain, it's really not gonna touch anything. Like, I always have to kind of reroute my clients to let them know, like, if you go against the grain with a higher guard, you're not gonna lose your waves. It's just a more even cut. So we're gonna do a taper on the back and on the sides. But what's different about this haircut, guys, and I want y'all to watch it thoroughly all the way through, because I'm going to explain why it doesn't get easier for me and be transparent with you guys, because I know you got clients that you love cutting, you love the aftermath, the outcome is dope. But what did you do to get there, right? This is my first guideline. Put it in with the trimmer, knocked it out with the Norelco shaver, Bronze Series 9, got it to skin tight. Now the lever all the way open with no guard is our next guideline. We're gonna put it in the middle as so. Knock that panel out, guys. But guys, it doesn't get easier. It doesn't get easier for me. So I always have to book him an after hour slot because I need the time to really put into detail what I'm doing with this haircut. And I want to let you guys know that I'm transparent and I'm a human too. Like, I just don't cut all day every day with ease. Like, there's some clients that take me a little more time, so that's why my time slots for haircuts is 40 minutes. Haircut and beard is an hour. All right, this is the next guideline. Lever all the way open with the one guard. You're gonna see me put it in the middle, just like I did with the no guard. After you put it in the middle, you're gonna start making it softer on that guideline, that panel. Then right there, I closed it. Then you're gonna jump to a 2 guard. The reason why I jumped to a 2 guard from a 1 guard is because I feel like there's no contrast with the 1 guard to the 1.5 guard. So if I go to a 2, I don't raise my blend. I'm removing bulk. I'm keeping darkness in that certain area. I want to have gradiency. I want light, medium, dark gradiency. I don't want light to dark. So with doing the number 2, you don't raise your blend and you remove bulk at the same time. After that, you'll come back with the 1.5 guard, not the 1 guard, but the 1.5 guard, and then remove that bottom panel with whatever the number 2 left behind. I'm using my Gamma Ergos. You've seen my videos previous to this, and I've always been rocking with these, probably for 2 years now. I got these off of S-Crab blends, and I've never looked back. I got my seniors still, don't worry, I still got my wall seniors, but man, these just cut so precise. I like the ergonomics of this clipper, the lightness of the clipper, the way it cuts, the way it sounds, and I love the fact that it takes the wall premium guards. So this is my number 3 guard, guys. We already know there's a number 5 against the grain. We're gonna just bleed that into the number 5. You don't have to go to your number 4 because it's just blending in right around that occipital bone area. But yeah, like going to 5 against the grain with his hair texture, I feel like it's a more smoother, even cut. And that way he can have the room to build his waves back up. Because if you have seen his videos, guys, he had some elite waves, but quarantine kind of messed him up. He wasn't really going nowhere. We weren't going nowhere. So he wasn't really, putting that much time into his hair. So I actually have a haircut video of him after quarantine. It was crazy. He looked, we all look rough, but if you have a beard like this and he lets his hair grow out, it looks crazy. It looks crazy. But that's why I always tell him, I'm like, bro, we have to record again. And I'm just like, bro, for me as a barber that has been cutting hair for 8 years, and I know my stuff, not to toot my own horn, guys, it really doesn't get easier for me when cutting his hair. Like, I'm always learning something new with his hair and his hair pattern, his lineup. This is okay. After I knocked out the 1.5 guard, you saw that on this side. I worked the 1.5 guard on the left side as well. But you'll see. Now I'm down on my half guard. Lever all the way open. Put it in the middle, and then you close it. and that's gonna knock out that panel that the one left behind. And you'll see a lot of corner work, a lot of detail work when it comes to blending in this back taper. I don't want to go higher than this. I want to kind of keep that kind of low. And you're gonna see that when I do the taper on the sides, guys, it's more so into the beard and right around that bottom piece of the C cup. I wanted to do a lower taper because I want him. He wanted to brush his hair, and he wants to get progress in that area. So I'm very curious to see within 2 weeks, maybe even a month, to see if there's progress in that area with keeping the taper so low. And what's good about doing the back taper, guys, the gradiency. Like if it's done right, you obviously underneath your neckline you don't get a lot of sun, so it's gonna be real light. Unless you do a ball fade. The ball fade, you're not really gonna see too much gradiency, but if you're in the sun, you're letting your hair grow, you're not getting no tan on your neck. So whenever you do the taper, it's like light, medium to dark, and I love that contrast. All right, so you're gonna see me make this guideline with the lever all the way closed, kind of blend into the beard while we're here. And notice my first guideline is super low. You can still see that C cup area where we're gonna line that up with. And with his beard, you can tell like previously how I cut it. It's kind of low, like his beard shape up, the line around his cheek. I want to kind of keep that a little higher too. I'm trying to keep this haircut as natural as possible, so when it grows out, you don't see a lot of hair gone, right? Or it was gone. It just grew back. So, all right. So after I started that first guideline and blended into the beard, now my lever was all the way open right there, and I created my first panel. Now this is our second panel, guys. One all the way open, and notice I'm literally feeding that hair into that guard and kind of scooping towards me because I don't want to get clipper happy. I don't want to start blending higher than what I really want this taper to be. So you're gonna see that I'm just really making small strokes, feeding that hair into that guard and making sure it's cutting, but I do not want to go higher. You see his first ripple? I used to blend into that. So this is my number 2, again, kind of scooping. I'm literally looking at the hair go into this guard and scooping out. And when I brush down, you're getting rid of any excess hair, and you see the pattern. Like it doesn't want to go straight down. It wants to kind of grow towards the back, towards his ear. So you can see I'm brushing in that area, just brushing to his natural fall. This is my 1.5 guard. I'm doing the same steps as I did to the back taper. I went from my no guard, 1 guard, 2 guard, 1.5 guard, and now we're back down to my 1 guard, just softening up whatever the 1.5 left behind. Notice I'm not going any higher than what I intended on doing, and I'm gonna blend this taper out using my half guard. You'll see. But guys, his hair is tricky. It's spotty. There's some light spots. I'm sorry, Jay, but bro, like your hair is difficult. I told him straight up, you my dog, bro. You like family to me. Him and his wife and kids actually joined us this past weekend for my wife's birthday at an Airbnb. And I told him straight up, like, bro, I love the outcome of your haircut. It's always fire when it's done, but the process getting there, bro, that's why I book you after hours, because I can't cut it in between my busy work schedule. And he appreciates that, because obviously everyone wants a good haircut. And it's not to say that I don't take my time on other clients. We just know as barbers, there's that one or maybe a handful of clients that it just needs a little more time. Because a rushed haircut on him, it's gonna look good, but it's not gonna look like how I want it to look, right? The client's gonna be happy with it, but I'm not gonna be happy with it. And I'm the barber. I'm the one that's putting the work. He's gonna be my walking billboard. When my clients walk around stores, whatever, when they're doing their daily routines, whatever, at work, I get text messages all the time from my clients like, yo, people are showing me love. They love this cut. And that feels good to me, because I know I did my job and I did it the right way. If average people that don't know anything about cutting hair can see what a good haircut and a bad haircut looks like, that's amazing. I've had a mom bring her son to the shop before, and the kid had a messed up haircut. Obviously the mom knew. So when I fixed it up and I did what I had to do to bring it back to life, she was in tears. Like, she was like, how come not every barber can cut like this? And I'm just like, how can they just leave lines? And I'm like, dude, not to be mean, but if a mom is saying that she sees lines in her son's haircut, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. And especially if she doesn't know anything about cutting hair, but she knows that there's not supposed to be lines. That's crazy. All right, sorry, got off track, but now we're on to the lineup part. This is where the haircut comes to life. The beard comes to life. This is where you start to see any kind of improvements on your blend. You need to go back and do some detail work. You knock out some corner work. But notice how that taper just, bro, everything just flows. Everything is clean. The taper on the side is low. I'm not cutting in higher than that. You're gonna see the lineup is gonna pop. We are gonna add some color enhancements. Color enhancements is just enhancing the haircut and the lineup that I've already previously put there. So when it does come off, and I was with him this whole weekend at the Airbnb. We were in a pool, guys, chilling, sweating, having a good time. And bro, his lineup lasted. The beard lineup lasted from Friday night till Monday afternoon, and in the pool. I was like, what the heck? So I think if you take care of the enhancement and the color, it lasts as long as you let it. Obviously he's not rubbing his head, and when he does shower, he's not scrubbing. You don't want to scrub. You want to make sure you make your enhancement last. Look at that beard line, guys. Going into the C cut, we're gonna ball that area out, so you're not really gonna see that ghost line. But notice how the taper just blends right into that beard. I'm keeping his beard line a little higher than normal, and now we're just lining him up in the front. I don't want to go higher than this line, bro. His hairline is difficult. It's difficult. You got to make sure that it's like everything is brushed down. Look, notice the vertical bar. I'm not pushing it back. You see the line, you see the ghost line, you see where it should be. Whoo! Yo, these trimmers hit like Mike Tyson in the first round, I swear. These patty cuts, man, I love these trimmers. Look at that corner work. Woo! Right into that taper, right around that C cup. And I'm not gonna show that I did the color enhancement. Y'all have seen the millions and millions of times. This is the haircut already enhanced. Bro, I'm so excited about this outcome. Like I said, I love the after, but bro, the process, it's work. And I know my client, my boy Jay, appreciates, you know, me taking my time. And guys, if you are out there and have this particular client, yo, take your time. Take your time, because the aftermath is where it's at. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this haircut tutorial. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment. Tell me what you thought about this video. If you learned something, make sure you comment Team Gifted, stay gifted. Bro, this haircut came out clean. We kept the inside of the bottom of this chin area darker. I want that area to grow in, look full. Keep that beard line high, low taper on the sides, enhanced cut. Guys, this is a fire cut. I cannot cap. Team Gifted, stay gifted.